Climate change is like a relentless foe that Earth is grappling with right now. We're the ones filling the atmosphere with greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. We're doing this mainly through activities like burning fossil fuels, cutting down forests, and industrial processes. These gases are like a thick blanket, trapping heat in the atmosphere and causing all sorts of problems that are making life tougher. Imagine Earth as a huge thermometer, and it's showing a fever. Global temperatures are rising due to what we call the greenhouse effect. It's like Earth is getting cozier, but not in a good way. We're experiencing more heat waves than ever before, with temperatures soaring off the charts. This ongoing warming trend can push us to our limits, causing severe health risks, damaging our crops, and putting extra stress on our energy systems. Now picture Earth's polar ice caps and glaciers as giant ice cream cones. They're melting at an alarming rate, and it's all because of the rising temperatures. And think about your investments. Sustainable and responsible options can support companies with green initiatives. It's like a slow-motion flood that's threatening coastal areas, displacing millions of people, eroding shorelines, and causing frequent coastal flooding, especially in low-lying regions. Hurricanes, droughts, floods, wildfires, and storms are all getting more intense and frequent. This means disaster response teams are constantly on their toes, and we're seeing more damage to our buildings and infrastructure, which costs a lot of money and sometimes even lives. Earth's oceans, those vast underwater worlds, are facing their own crisis. They're absorbing all the extra carbon dioxide we're emitting, and it's causing ocean acidification. It's like the oceans are slowly turning sour. This acidification is a big problem for marine life, especially creatures with calcium carbonate shells, like corals and shellfish. It's disrupting marine ecosystems, which affects fisheries, and that's bad news for our food security. Changing climate conditions are pushing species out of their comfy habitats, sometimes even to the brink of extinction. This can lead to imbalances in ecosystems, and we risk losing critical ecosystem services like pollination and water purification. Water and food are two essentials we can't live without. Changing rain patterns and hotter temperatures are causing water shortages and reducing crop yields. Imagine your faucet running dry and the grocery store shelves empty. This can trigger global food shortages, fuel conflicts over resources, and put our food supplies at risk. But there's more. Climate change isn't just about the planet, it's affecting our health too. Heat-related illnesses, the spread of diseases carried by mosquitoes and ticks, and mental health issues due to extreme weather events are all on the rise. It's like our health systems are fighting a multi-front battle, and it's especially tough on the most vulnerable among us. Infrastructure gets damaged, healthcare costs skyrocket, and agriculture struggles to produce as much. This puts a strain on economies, both nationally and globally, and it can even lead to financial crises, further deepening social and economic inequalities. So, what can we do? We need to come together on a global scale to reduce those greenhouse gas emissions, adapt to the changing climate, and find ways to lessen its impacts. It's as if Earth is going through a slow but significant transformation, altering its usual temperature, weather patterns, and overall climate. This transformation is primarily driven by something we humans are responsible for, the increase in greenhouse gas emissions like carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. We release these gases mainly by burning fossil fuels, clearing forests, and various industrial activities. These gases act like a cozy blanket, trapping heat in Earth's atmosphere, which in turn leads to a series of not-so-great consequences that can disrupt life in many ways. We're experiencing more frequent and longer heat waves, with temperatures soaring to record-breaking levels all around the globe. This relentless warming can push us and our ecosystems to our limits, posing serious health risks, harming agriculture, and straining our energy systems. The ice caps and glaciers are like Earth's ice cubes, and they're melting at an alarming rate because of these rising temperatures. As they melt, they contribute to higher sea levels, which can be a big problem for coastal areas. Millions of people could be displaced, coastlines could erode, and we might see frequent floods, especially in low-lying regions. Climate change isn't stopping at just changing temperatures, it's also supercharging extreme weather events. Hurricanes, droughts, floods, wildfires, and storms are all becoming more intense and more frequent. It's like the weather's gone haywire, causing widespread damage and chaos. This means disaster response systems are under constant pressure, and we're seeing more damage to our infrastructure, leading to hefty economic losses and, unfortunately, loss of lives. The oceans, which are Earth's vast treasure chests, are in trouble too. They're absorbing all the extra carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which is causing ocean acidification. This acidification is bad news for marine life, especially those creatures with calcium carbonate shells. Imagine these shells dissolving like candy in water. This can disrupt marine ecosystems, mess up critical fisheries, and put a dent in our global food supply. Climate change is also like a game of musical chairs for Earth species. Changing climate conditions are making it tough for many species to stay in their usual habitats. Some are forced to move elsewhere, while others face the risk of extinction. This shift can lead to imbalances in ecosystems and put important ecological services, like pollination and water purification, at risk. Water and food, two of our basic needs, aren't spared either. Climate change is messing with rainfall patterns and increasing temperatures, which can result in water shortages and lower crop yields. Imagine your taps running dry and grocery store shelves staying empty. This can lead to global food insecurity, drive conflicts over resources, and threaten our access to food. But that's not all. Climate change also has serious health consequences. Heat-related illnesses, the spread of diseases carried by vectors like mosquitoes, and mental health issues due to extreme weather events are all on the rise. It's like our health systems are battling on multiple fronts, and it's particularly tough on vulnerable communities. Lastly, the financial toll of climate change is like a never-ending bill. Infrastructure gets damaged, healthcare costs skyrocket, and agriculture struggles to produce as much. This puts a strain on national and global economies and can even lead to economic crises, further widening the gap between different groups of people. Addressing climate change isn't just a choice, it's a necessity. We need to work together on a global scale to reduce those greenhouse gas emissions, adapt to the changing climate, and find ways to lessen its impacts. Ignoring the issue or not taking effective action could mean even more severe consequences that could test the resilience of our societies and ecosystems worldwide. When it comes to tackling climate change and being a friend to our planet Earth, it's all about teamwork. Think of it as a group effort involving individuals, communities, nations, and the world coming together. There are some pretty doable steps we can all take to make a positive impact. First up, let's talk about those sneaky greenhouse gas emissions. We need to get those under control. Picture your home running on clean energy, like sunshine and wind power. It's not only doable, but it's also great for the environment. You can even rally for clean energy policies at a national level. Make your home an energy-saving champ. Use LED lights, smart thermostats, and good insulation. And here's a cool idea: reduce, reuse, and recycle to shrink your carbon footprint. When it comes to getting around, think about using public transport, carpooling, biking, or just going for a walk. It's a great way to cut down on emissions from our personal vehicles. Ever considered hopping on the electric vehicle, EV, train? EVs produce way fewer emissions than regular gas guzzlers, so it's something to think about. Now, let's talk about water and resource conservation. It's like taking care of your planet's essentials. Fix those pesky water leaks and install water-efficient appliances to save water. It's like giving our planet a little sip of relief. When it comes to waste, less is more. Try recycling, composting, and buying products with minimal packaging. And show some love to businesses that put sustainability first. Let's chat about what's on our plates. Cutting back on meat, especially beef, is a powerful move since livestock farming churns out loads of greenhouse gases. Going plant-based or flexitarian can make a difference. Think local and sustainable when you shop for groceries. Go for locally produced, organic, and sustainably sourced foods. It's like a delicious way to support the planet. Now, let's look after our Earth's beautiful ecosystems. They're like the life support systems of our world. Join the tree planting party. Reforestation efforts are like giving Earth a fresh, green breath. Trees are like Earth's air purifiers. Lessen the use of pesticides in your gardening adventures. Organic practices are kinder to our ecosystems. Advocate for policies and initiatives that protect our natural habitats and wildlife. It's like being a superhero for nature. Voting and advocating for climate-friendly policies can make a world of difference. Voting for them can help shape climate-friendly policies on local, national, and global levels. Advocate for renewable energy policies and the reduction of fossil fuel subsidies. Speaking of green, let's get ready for climate change. Resilient infrastructure and community readiness are like Earth's armor. Invest in technologies that help us adapt to climate change. Research and development are like tools for our planet's survival. Knowledge is power. Stay informed about the latest climate science. Share the knowledge with friends, family, and your community. Encouraging climate-friendly habits is like planting seeds of change. Let's give a shout out to sustainable businesses. They're like Earth's allies in the fight against climate change. Support businesses that put sustainability first. Buying their products is like voting with your wallet. And think about your investments. Sustainable and responsible options can support companies with green initiatives. Remember, climate change is a big puzzle, and every piece counts. It's a team effort where individual actions, combined with bigger changes in government policies, can help us create a healthier planet for generations to come. Together, we've got this.